Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dr. Quack podcast. Thank you for tuning in. I am here with Josh Moorefield. He is the YouTube gamer with your channel, Blackcraft Rage.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on. I'm glad
no
to have you on here. So, what made you become a YouTube gamer? Your channel here.
It kind of started a couple years ago when I was just playing with a couple of my friends that I used to play with Xbox, and I was like, yeah, might as well think it would be some funny views, you know, because we always had a crack up time laughing, and I was like, screw it, why not? I used to, stream it on Twitch back when that was starting, and I downloaded the video to my computer and just edited it from there.
That's awesome. I mean, and before you did this, we were talking a little bit before this, you were in a band.
Yes.
And what was the name of your band?
Forward Order.
Forward Order. Wow, how long are you guys together?
Well, the rest of the band is still together. I left because I have a second shift job now, and with me doing everything that I'm doing now, it wasn't the time, because I work 4 to 12, but a lot of the times they'll make me work over until 4 o'clock in the morning, and plus I'm also working 7 days a week.
Wow. See, that's a lot right there.
Yes.
And you got your channel going on and other things as well.
Well, I mean, the channel is just for fun still, but I'm gonna try to do as much as I can with it.
Definitely. That makes sense. So here you go. I got some questions for you. What was your first video game system you ever had?
That's actually a tricky one because it's tricky because it wasn't really mine. Because my dad had it when he first, when he was probably about, 25, 30?
Okay.
He had the Nintendo, I can't remember what it was, the actual system, but it was the Nintendo where you had to, push up, and then you had to, blow out the system. It wasn't the 64, but it was the,
Super Nintendo?
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. The SNES.
Yeah, I used to play Donkey Kong, Mario. Me and my dad would stay up until probably 1:30, 2 o'clock just playing Mario when I was probably 5. And then my dad was like, "Nah, you get your own system. You get the PlayStation 2." And I just started playing on that.
That's awesome. So, what games do you play now on your channel? What kind of games do you like to do?
It's more of a variety because some days I'll just be like, nah, I don't want to play this, and some days I'll just be like, yeah, sure. Rocket League, that's one of my better games I'm good at. But although I got trashed one night because I had a league legend, literally the legend. I think it was top 3 in the world. Come on my stream, he's like, hey, I want to face you. All right, cool. Get more. Nope, I maybe got 1 point, he got 15.
Oh, wow.
1-on-1, it was just destroyed.
Wow, so it was pure devastation.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. As you can see behind us, folks, this is where the magic happens. We have...
I bought the 2 monitors, I got my own little webcam for my computer, I got my camera for my PlayStation.
Wow.
Light up LEDs for my keyboard and that mouse. I also have my Nintendo Switch, my PlayStation 4. I also have an Alienware laptop for when I used to try to make music. Didn't really work out that well. And then I got a Blue Yeti mic, Blackout Edition with the boom arm. And yeah. Oh, and Elgato for streaming off the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch.
That is a lot of equipment, and wow, you've probably spent, thousands probably?
Close to 3,000 to 4,000.
Wow.
I can't even, remember how much.
That's dedication. That's really cool that you get to make the channel and you've got all the equipment there with it. And right now I'm going to take you to a clip from Mr. Moorefield here on the YouTube channel. Check it out. A lot of great footage here. I just want to show you guys what he is all about. me tell you, folks, that was really awesome checking that out. You know, just some great gameplay. I mean, he is one talented individual. It almost makes me, because I've never played Rocket League. I've always wanted to play it. I've seen it on the commercials, and I'm like, all right, how cool is this game? And now I see it more and more, and I'm like, wow, that is just...
I mean, it's not hard, but it is when you're going up against people who've been playing it for, years. Because I think it came out when, like, a couple months after the PlayStation 4 came out, and it's, who knows how long it's been out now, what, a couple years now?
Yeah, a couple years. I mean, I remember seeing, like, the advertisements on, like, Raw and SmackDown. I remember seeing that all the time. People was getting into it, and I was always like, yeah, I should play this one day. And I think I'm going to now. Pretty wild. So here, let me ask you some good questions here. So,
right.
Your favorite game of all time?
Oh man. Actually, I think it's gonna be the game I'm streaming on Sunday. Well, not today, but next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Which would be what, the 18th? Yeah. 18th.
Yeah.
It's the Jack and Dexter series. I have loved that game since I was probably 8. I started playing that, and obviously at that age you don't know like how to do anything, but it was still fun. It was still awesome to play, and yeah, I think that was my best game that I love playing. And since I'm doing my stream on Sunday, I'm gonna go through everything, 100%.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that next week. Check that out. So what was the most challenging game you ever played? The game that you could not beat, that you're always like, I'm going to beat this someday.
There hasn't really been a game that I haven't been able to, complete. I'm obviously, no one really goes through every game and 100%s it. But yeah, they'll play through the main storyline and be like, all right, yeah, I beat it. Go back sometimes and do some of the side missions. I think the only game that I've ever had a problem, either just straight up playing or finishing, was it was something Soul. It was on the cover. It was like a person holding, like a knight holding a sword, and it was like the second in the series. I can't remember what it was, but it was like in the game you picked like you could either be an archer, a knight, or something else. It was like a couple of them that you could pick, and it was like as soon as you would die in one of the missions, it was 10 times harder the next round because they would predict every movement you did. So like, say if you got to the final level and you played it 13 times, you got to the final boss, he kills you. You have to go from complete scratch from the game, do that whole thing over again, and you got to do something different completely every time because it would predict what you were going to do. And it would, and not just the last game you tried. It was from the time you started that mission till you finish, it would predict everything you just did. So if you died like 15 times and you did different stuff all the time, it would predict everything.
Wow. I mean, that's really great artificial intelligence. You don't see that in a lot of games.
Yeah.
See it more now today than you did way back then.
Oh yeah, and I was probably 13 when I played it. So it was just complete and utter chaos.
So here you go. So this is Dr. Quack Podcast, and I am a wrestler. So did you ever play any wrestling games?
I did. I think the last wrestling game that I played back in 2008, and that was on the PSP.
Oh yeah.
Old style, the original PSP, and it was all right. But after I turned 16, maybe 17, I just didn't get into it anymore because it seemed like it was too repetitive. Because you would make a new character. Because I always did the career.
Career mode, yeah.
And it was just same thing. I would always pick the same stature and try different things. I tried different things, but it was just, I was like, this is way too easy for me.
Oh yeah, I mean the evolution of wrestling games really all the way back. I can remember with the NES when you had like the pro wrestling all the way up. I mean my favorite one was probably No Mercy back on the Nintendo 64. I mean because it was like you could do the Dudley Death Trap, you can do the 3D over there and everything else. I was like yeah.
Yeah.
So also congratulations, on your engagement and everything. I wanted to make sure I told you that too. I mean, how does your fiance feel about you playing video games? Does she join you at all, or?
She joins me with some of the stuff, but she mostly just plays Black Ops 4. No, we pretty much made a rule, as long as if the kids are up, we don't play. And we've gotten pretty good with that. Obviously there'll be some times where it's like so nerve-wracking we just need to exit from reality, but that's normal. But most of the time it's like I'll either be up when I get off regular time, I'll come home around 1:15, and I'll get on and stream for 2 hours, 3 hours until I get tired, and then I'll get up and go to work the next day.
Wow. So anybody that wants to make a YouTube channel that's wanting to do this, what advice would you give them?
Don't hold back. Literally, don't hold back. As long as if you have a way to record your gameplay, are able to. I mean, again, it's obviously up to you if you want to do like face cams like I'm doing. But if you're able to do face cams, do it. Don't be like, well, I think I can do that one day. No. Stop saying one day. Start doing it.
There you go, folks. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. I'd like to thank you, Josh, for coming out, checking this out. Man, this was awesome. A great experience. And, check it out this week. I have got videos coming up here. I even have Mr. DC Vandermint coming on. We're going to do another Worldly Report. And I have Toby Farley coming out next Sunday. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share this all over the world, man. Get this man famous because he is one hell of a gamer. Thank you all.